So you like donuts, eh? Well, have all the donuts in the world!
More.
I don't understand it. James Coco went mad in 15 minutes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Donutman. Today we are going to be making protein donuts, or at least attempting to make them, in celebration of Donut Day. First thing that we're going to need is a cupcake tray. If you do not have a donut cake tray, we are going to be making our own donut molds. And to do that, we are going to be taking a few pieces of aluminum foil. We're going to make some molds out of that. And the way that I did that was I used a Sharpie marker, and I pushed up the middle a little bit with this, and then folded out the edges, which you can see here. Now, I already made most of the molds. I left 3 for the video. I'll show you guys how to make this one, and then I will show you a sample of what it all looks like afterwards with all of the molds in place. So we just shove that in there and make sure that the corners are rounded out. This is what my pan looked like after I got all the molds in, and at this point I started preheating my oven to 325 degrees. Now that we have all of those laid out, we're going to set our donut pan off to the side, and we're going to grab a mixing bowl for our wet ingredients. Now we're going to crack 1 whole egg right into our mixing bowl. Throw that off to the side. Add 2 eggs worth of egg white. And then we're just going to whisk this. Unfortunately, I don't have a baby whisk. This is my only whisk. I wish I had a baby whisk, but I do not. So normal whisk will do. After that's whisked together, we're going to add a half a cup of almond milk. Now I'm using unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and Gimli's having a peek to see what I'm making this time. After our almond milk, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce. Now this is to hopefully keep the donuts from being completely dried out and adding a little bit of flavor. Next up is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then finally, we're going to whisk together all of our wet ingredients. Whisk, 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 whisk. After whisking for a little bit, we're going to grab another bowl for our dry ingredients, which we will eventually add our wet ingredients to. Our first dry ingredient is 1/3 cup of coconut flour. Next up is your protein powder of choice. I figured I'd give cereal milk a chance because cereal milk protein donuts sounded pretty good, but most of the time people use plain vanilla protein powder. Next, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of either low calorie or no calorie sweetener. Next is around 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I eventually gave up on trying to use a measuring spoon and just dumped in around 2 teaspoons. Mix that around a little bit by hand. It doesn't have to be anything special, just a quick mix. And then we're going to add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients and mix that together. After mixing, we'll break the rules and give the whisk a little taste test, and honestly it tasted pretty good. And now we'll bring our makeshift donut cake tray back into the mix. We'll spray it with some baking spray before spooning the mixture into our many donut holes. Then after the tedious process of spooning the batter into each donut hole, we're going to toss that in the oven for around 25 minutes. While that's cooking, we'll work on making the frosting. Our frosting doesn't have that many ingredients. It's going to be protein powder, almond milk, and that's it. I'm going to start off with just around 3/4 of a scoop of protein powder, which I eventually made 1 full scoop of protein powder because my frosting was not thick enough. Then we're going to add about 1/3 cup of almond milk, and then we're going to mix these together until homogeneous. Now, I've been using a whisk the whole time, so why not just continue using a whisk? And we whisk, and we whisk, and we whisk, whisk, whisk. I left mine a little watery, but I figured it would stick to the donuts anyway. But let's give it a little taste test. Tastes pretty good. And I'll see you guys once the donuts are done cooking. So just pull the donuts out of the oven. Now, we should let them sit for a little while, but I'm impatient, so we're going to start breaking these out of the cupcake tray. So I found it was easiest to use a fork to pull them out, and this is where things started going downhill, and downhill fast. I realized that, one, I gave it a little quick taste that nobody was supposed to see, couldn't really get a taste from that, and at this point I started trying to peel back the aluminum foil, which I found is impossible. The batter had snuck its way underneath the aluminum foil and made it impossible to take out. But I figured, why not give it a try with the next one? Not gonna happen. How about the next one? Nope. Or the next one? Nope. The next one? Nope. Okay, I think you guys get the point. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So while I thought, whatever, I can't get them out, I at least got to taste it. And it was absolutely disgusting. You could see me shaking my head in just sadness. Horrible. But maybe if we dip it in our frosting. Tastes a little bit better with the frosting, but nothing can fix the taste of that donut. Frosting was good. Donut, dry, flavorless, and gross. And, well, they're not really donuts, because I can't even take the aluminum foil off of them. Big thumbs down to these. Well guys, this is how I celebrated my donut day, attempting to make homemade protein donuts, which was an absolute failure. I will possibly continue to keep trying to see if they get better, which they do not every single time. They still taste horrible. And I decided this is where I'm going to leave you guys off on the video. So, if you guys enjoyed watching me fail horribly at making protein donuts, leave a comment down below. Show me your support. Tell me that I'll do better in the next one. Make sure to check out my other Donutman to Superman videos. I do have another cooking video where I made protein pizza, which came out pretty good. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, comment down below, follow me on Instagram at RyanRemainPhoto, follow the Superhero Jacked account at SuperheroJackedOfficial, and guys, I'll see you real soon. Stay classy, superhumans.